Thanks for joining us on the Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Dunmore Bucks football. Kyle Oprisko joining us right now, senior. Kyle, you guys did it. Talk about the big game against Wyomissing.
Well, everyone came to play this game. The wide receivers were on their game. They even caught a couple of balls this game. The line blocked phenomenal for what I saw. Our defense was fired up after we gave up those 14 points, and we never looked back after we started coming back.
Well, you in particular on that defensive front, you'd seem like you were in on a bunch of plays yesterday. Talk a little bit about, you think some of it had to do with your size or some of it was technique, a little combination of everything there for the Dunmore Bucks?
Well, I mean, I definitely tried my best to get on the plays, but our overhangs definitely helped a lot by not letting the wingbacks down on me. So they freed me up a lot. It wasn't just me.
Kyle, to start the game, you guys looked slow, and no disrespect to you guys, but Wyomissing was just playing their offense, and they put up those 14 points so quick. What was your feeling about it? Did you guys feel like you were a little slower than them? Was it just kind of getting used to everything? Was it a motivational factor from one of your coaches or some of the players? Tell us about how you guys kind of, quote-unquote, buckled down.
Well, we were definitely excited going out there, and when they scored the 14 points, we credited it just to their offense is a hard offense to get used to, and sometimes it takes a drive or two. I mean, we by no means were. We were definitely, the coaches definitely did a good job of getting us excited for the game, and we just didn't perform very well in the first two drives.
Talk about other guys that have stepped up with you. I mean, we could go down the list. You were one of the guys I thought that stood out yesterday, but I'm sure you would agree. Any game you could pick out a different guy, but I thought a guy like Steve McMinn. Tell us a little bit about this young man who I thought played really well for you guys yesterday.
Steve McMinn is definitely is probably my best friend on the team, and he put on a lot of work in the offseason. He did a great job yesterday. That's pretty much all I could say.
How about a guy like Joe Waters? I mean, he was able to seal that edge a few times from his tight end position. Not real big as far as his weight, but just very, very effective. You know, one of those guys that's probably 6'1", 190, maybe 200 pounds. But he sealed a few spots there that helped out and broke a couple of those long runs.
Well, he's another guy who put in a lot of work in the offseason, and making the run to states was definitely his top priority, and he's going all out trying to get us. He did an amazing job in that game. He was definitely fired up.
We're talking with Kyle Oprisko here on the Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Kyle, you talk a little bit about everybody. We always seem to include the Drews brothers. And Danny kind of joked after the game and said it was my first sack ever. But what a sack that was for him.
Well, yeah, it definitely was. It set us up in a great position on a 3rd and long, and he comes through with plays like that all the time. And then the play after that, Timmy Drews swatted down the ball down the game, and it's just crazy. Those guys are animals, in all honesty.
Kyle, when we talk about the different backs this year that have stepped up, and it was a tough day for Sal with the injury, but he made one great play yesterday that made a difference at one point in the game, and he kind of, had to rest up after that. But guys like Sal Marquez and Garrett Murray, a little change of pace, and then you get a kid like Colin Holmes. Those skill guys, you guys are getting 2 yards, 4 yards, no yards, and then once in a while, 32 yards or something like that. It was kind of that grind, but at the end of the game, you guys were able to make a huge play.
Well, guys like Garrett Murray and Sal and even Colin Holmes grind down on people, and makes it hard for them to tackle them later in the game. Usually people don't like to do it after a while.
How about a kid like Jake Minkowski? He's a little bit of a card. He's always cracking jokes and doing things like that, but he really tries his hardest out there, gets the most out of his body. Not a real big guy at all.
Jake's another guy who would sacrifice anything to win any kind of football game, whether it's against whether it's a state playoff game or whether it's just a normal game. He'll go all out every play, and he definitely gets the most out of what he was given.
Kyle, when we talk about your future, tell us about any other sports there at Dunmore. You're a senior. You have thoughts about what you want to do at the next level? Is football something that you're considering?
Well, I would definitely would like to play football at the next level. I love the game, but right now I really don't have many people interested in giving me any kind of scholarship. So if it comes down to Saturday being my last game of the season, I'm going to put it all out on the field. That's pretty much all I have to say about that.
How about your academic career going forward collegiately? Is there something that you're looking forward to as far as a field of study?
I'm looking into engineering right now. I'm not sure what college I would like to pursue that, but yeah, that's definitely what I would like to do.
Kyle, how about the smarts, so to speak, at Dunmore? You guys have some really good student athletes, and I think the Drews brothers are some of the best ambassadors you could have and say these kids work hard in the classroom. We work hard on the football field. More importantly, we try to work hard in our community as well. Talk about where you guys get that from in that great town of Dunmore.
Well, Coach Henses does a really good job of inspiring us to not just do our job on the field, but get it done in the classroom and give back to the community who supports us every game. The fans are absolutely amazing. They come out to pretty much every game, and they're always crazy. They're a major contributor to why we've made this run.
Kyle, how about the matchup yesterday? Two veteran coaches, Coach Henses and the coach over at Wyomissing. I mean, two guys that, it was 4th down and 3 inches. They're going to punt it away. I mean, conservative guys, but it seems like they're very good football coaches. I'm sure that was a pleasure. And when you reflect back on it 10 or 20 years from now, you'll say, boy, what a heck of a football game that was.
Well, the coaches definitely called a good game, and the players pretty much were the defining factor because both coaches did an amazing job of calling the game, as I felt.
Kyle Oprisko, he is number 79 for the Dunmore Bucks, had a real fine season. They have one more game to go. South Fayette will be the opponent in the state championship game. Kyle, great to catch up with you, and congratulations on a super season there at Dunmore.
Thank you, sir.
Dunmore Bucks football here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.